everybody. So I finally hit one of the biggest goals in collecting, or at least as far as I go, okay, as far as my collection goes. One of my biggest goals that I've been going after for years and years and years is finally complete. Wow, that's crazy, guys. Now, it's very important to set yourself some goals, okay? You can find yourself some pretty awesome cards if you think about it, man. You can make things work if you really want to. How bad do you want that card, okay? A couple of goals I set for myself is once, when I was a kid, I would always see this card in a Beckett. When I got older, I was like, I'm gonna one day own this card. Another goal I set for myself was owning a 52 Mano. Yep, as a kid, this card was everywhere. Yeah, I've always wanted one of these. Another goal I set for myself was this Ray Chapman. This one took me 10 years to find, guys. 10 years. Wow, crazy. Well, another goal I set for myself was building the whole team set. Oh, actually, at first, it was the players of the 1919 Black Sox. And then I extended it to the team set. Well, from a little help of another fellow YouTuber, Jesse, think Blue77, who texted me at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I thought it was a booty call. Nah, I'm just kidding. But he texted me at 6 o'clock in the morning. I never received texts that morning, but I'm up early that morning because, you know, I'm self-employed and, you know, I got to do some paperwork and whatnot. I like watching pre-markets, you know, the stock market. So he texted me at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I wonder if it's an emergency. Well, it kind of was, but not really. Okay, he was in no way in danger, just FYI. However, he decided to tell me that there's a card that I need for the 1919 Black Sox, which is the last card that I need to complete that set. Yeah. Now, this was back in, what was it? March 18, 2025. So I've had this card for a while, guys. I just haven't made a video on it. You know, I have a whole lot to talk about, and I'm back. So let me show you guys that one card that he was talking about, and I'll show you guys the whole complete set. Oh, and by the way, what I do want to do is, because since I was working on the set for quite some time, like 6-7 years maybe, if that, I'm gonna make a video later on and show you guys what I paid for everything and what I would pay for everything right now if I were to buy it, because some of the card prices for these now, wow, guys, there's no way I can afford to build this 1919 Black Sox Scandal team set cards, players. There's no absolutely way I can build that today if I wanted to. It's crazy. But anyways, we'll do that another video, a separate video. Let me show you guys the last card that I need for my set. So come follow me. All right, guys, you guys want to see the card? Well, before I share that with you guys, let's kind of rummage through what I have so far, and then I'll show you the card. Okay, I want to give a huge shout out to Think Blue 77 Jesse, you my boy Blue, for helping me out on this one, man, for texting me early in the morning, because I had literally just looked a week prior for this card and there was nothing on auction on eBay. That's what's crazy, because this was a card that I was often looking for on eBay. So I have Abe Patel, the boxer, who's part of the gambling fix. You got Bill Burns, who is also part of the gambling fix. You got the manager, Kid Gleason. Okay. You got Chick Gandil. Pretty sweet. Rookie pitcher, Dickie Kerr, who was not part of the fix, but you know, he's part of the set. We have Lefty Williams, who practically lost both his games in the World Series. We have Ray Shock, the catcher. Pretty sweet. Knuckler Eddie Seacott. Pretty awesome. You got Sweet Riceberg. Mr. Happy Felch. Mr. Banging Buck Weaver. I have had this card for a very, very long time, guys. I paid $150 for that. In fact, I had 2 copies at one time, and I sold the other copy. The other one was a PSA copy. This was a long time ago. This is like over 10 years ago, way before YouTube. But yeah, I actually had 2 copies, and this was a nicer looking copy of the PSA one, so I kept that one. And the Shoeless Joe Jackson. Now, not the best looking card, but hey, it's a Shoeless Joe Jackson, and it's from 1919. through 21, a W514. Here's the back. That's what I paid for at the time. And speaking of the back, when I bought this and I showcased this on my YouTube channel a long time ago, pre-COVID, look at the numbers, man. Are these numbers gambling numbers? Who knows? One will never know, right? That's why I bought this card. This card always seemed to amaze me for that reason, because it had numbers on the back. There's only a story to tell for the person that wrote it and why they wrote it, okay? So here's my Joe Jackson. In December of 2024, I was able to pick up this. I showcased this for you guys. This was the Eddie Collins. If you guys can remember that. So this was a fairly pretty new pickup. I was quite excited when I got this. I believe this one has numbers too in the back. Or maybe not. Played second in the 1919 World Series White Sox. That's what this says right here. Okay, so someone decided to write that description on this card to remind everybody that Eddie Collins played second base on the 1919 White Sox. All right, so this is the last card, guys. This is the last card that I needed to complete this whole run. The Red Faber. Wow. Now, I've owned this card once before, because this is the second time I tried building this set. The first time was way before I joined YouTube, but then I kind of sold a couple cards, so whatever. I decided to build it again on YouTube, and I finally completed it, okay? So I've been on YouTube since 2018. It's 2025, and yeah. This set is finally complete. So I guess you could say 7 years, maybe 8. Not sure exactly the date that I joined on YouTube. I think it was like January-ish. I paid $1.25 for this, which isn't too bad, because there was a lot of buy it nows in the $200, $300, $400 range for a Red Faber. And I can tell you guys this, I've been collecting vintage for a very long time. Nobody cares about Red Faber, trust me. If his cards go to auction, nobody cares about Red Faber, trust me. Nobody cared about Eddie Collins for the longest time, guys. So both these guys' cards were very, very cheap at one time in the hobby. Maybe not so much cheap now, but I'll tell you this. If you were to find a Red Faber in an auction, not this card, not the 1919, but another card, trust me, it would sell for a lot less than $100, trust me. But paying $125 for this, I'm okay with that. This was auction style, which just proves that it's not worth the $300 or $400 card as auctions that I've seen, or buy it nows that I've seen. So sometimes it pays off to wait and be patient to buy these auction style, because most of these cards I think I actually bought them auction style. This one was an auction style that I got, and ended up paying $200 for that. This was actually a buy it now. This was a buy it now at the time. This was auction. This was auction. Actually, the rest of them are auction pretty much, except for the Kid Gleason. That one was a buy it now. This was a buy it now. I paid $10 for this Bill Burns once upon a time. So we'll run the numbers another day. I'm not going to do that right now, because I'm quite excited that I finally was able to complete this set. And this is a huge milestone in my collection, because I've always been fascinated with the 1919 Fix World Series Black Sox scandal. For some reason, maybe because there's gangsters involved, and I'm a big fan of 1920s and 30s era, gangsters. And yeah, I'm just really excited that I finally was able to put this together. And I can probably buy a nice little display and, post it on my wall. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. But big shout out to Jesse. Thank you, Mr. Think Blue 77. You my boy, Blue. I'll see you guys on the next one, guys. Toodles.